Oh, there's like a juiciness here that I get sometimes in a scotch.
Yeah. To be fair, Erin does call this her mashed potatoes and gravy rye, so she does have an affinity for it.
Yeah, I do have some nostalgia and affinity for this particular rye. As we said, it's kind of what got me started. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
And welcome to our Topical Tuesday videos, where we like to start a conversation with you guys in the whiskey community.
Yep.
So today what we're going to do is we're going to start a new series that's going to be a periodically recurring series where we revisit. That's a really hard thing, that we revisit.
Yeah.
Not as hard when I actually take the time to say it, but when we revisit some of the bourbons and ryes, some of the whiskeys, because we're going to go international too, some of the whiskeys that actually got us started. Now that we're much further down the road, we want to revisit some of these and give them their fair due to see if they were just a passing fad, a passing phase rather, not so much a fad, but are they any good? Are they still worth buying now, all these years later, long after we've started sipping whiskey? So we hope this is going to be an informative series for you guys, and it's going to be some of our only non-blind reviews. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
And today, ladies first, we're going to get into Erin's beloved Bulleit rye. So this is MGP rye from Indiana. It's like 95% rye. Mash bill is 90 proof. I don't know what else there is to say. Fairly simplistic bottle, good looking bottle. I got to say that. Bulleit sells probably a lot of units based on just the fact that they have this really nice packaging and the price point is really good too. So let's get into the nose.
Okay. It smells very apple juicy to me. Like sharp, like a tart apple.
Yeah, very tart, like a tart green apple.
Yeah.
I'm also getting a whole lot of mint coming off of this thing.
Oh, are you?
Almost like a eucalyptus tea tree oil, herbal. Like when I smelled it, the first thing that popped into my head was that old Herbal Essence shampoo.
Oh, but Herbal Essence smells like fruity.
Okay, but I mean, some of them, they have different flavors and scents and things, right?
You're not supposed to eat it.
Well,
but it is scented. It's not flavored, but it is scented.
They have different scents. This is kind of reminding me a little bit of that, like tea tree oil, and eucalyptus.
Okay. Oh, there's like a juiciness here that I get sometimes in a scotch.
Yeah. To be fair, Erin does call this her mashed potatoes and gravy rye, so she does have an affinity for it.
Yeah, I do have some nostalgia and affinity for this particular rye. As we said, it's kind of what got me started.
Yeah.
So I do have a soft spot for it in my heart. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see if you have a soft spot for it in your mouth.
Okay.
On the palate.
It's more fruity than I remember it being.
It's very candy, fruity, sweet.
Yeah.
Little herbal. That herbalness is still there, but the mint and the eucalyptus are fairly tamed down in it. I absolutely get why this is like a all-star mixer for people.
Yeah.
It's making my mouth water, which is a feat for a sub $30 90 proof bottle.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say that I do get some like cocktailish vibes here. I'm getting a nice citrus burst, almost like a orange and lemon.
Like it's already mixed in a cocktail?
Yeah. It almost has that going on with it. Let's get another sip.
All right. I'm getting more citrus. Man, it's so funny. I don't remember it being fruity, but I'm getting like citrus fruits on this.
Yeah, I can even get a little bit of pininess, which is something I look for on ryes. We're tasting this non-blind.
I'm getting like spearmintiness.
Yeah, spearmint, pine, things like that. I will say my personal anecdote about this is that we got a bottle of Sazerac rye, which in our market is kind of hard to find. And the first thing I did when we got home was put it into a blind tasting against Bulleit rye. And I think there was one other rye in the mix as well. I can't remember what the third one was. Not important, it finished last. But I tasted all three, put one dead last. Easily, I put the good flavor but boring sipper in second place, and then in first place I put the one that was the most interesting, that had the most going on. And I'd never had Sazerac rye. I know people kind of clamor for it. I just expected that the first place pour was going to be Sazerac rye, and sure enough, first place pour was Bulleit Rye.
Yeah.
I'm not even a rye guy.
Yeah.
But this has so cocktaily vibes to it.
There's stuff going on here. It may not be in your flavor profile if you don't like rye, but if you do, there's a lot to dissect and unpack.
Yeah.
But as someone who this was what got me started, and I wasn't dissecting and unpacking, and honestly I still don't really dissect and unpack what I'm drinking. I just drink it. So you can also just drink this and enjoy it. You don't have to dissect it and unpack it to enjoy it.
And you like it on ice.
I like it on ice.
On a big rock when we go out. If
just
you're at a bar.
One ice cube, let it open up a little bit, and then I just sip on that for quite some time.
I don't think this is going to be the case when we revisit some of my starter whiskeys, but I think your starter whiskey actually does stand up.
Yeah, I agree.
think for $25, sub $30, like you can take a $30 bill. You can take $30 into a store and walk out with a bottle of this after sales tax. And there's a lot to be said for this type of product that can bring that much to the table.
Yeah.
It goes great in cocktails. I think the thing to me that is the most surprising about this is that for the proof point, the rye, typically the proof point would be a little boring to me, but the rye brings a little bit more to the table. And I'm not even a rye guy. And while I wouldn't say that this is a rye that a bourbon lover is going to appreciate if they just don't like rye.
Yeah.
We have a video about the ryes that bourbon lovers would like, and I'll put that in the video description below. This is not one of them.
Correct,
this very much showcases the rye grain.
For sure.
But if you like rye, or if you just want to try rye and see if you might like it, then this is, I think, absolutely start here. Yeah, start here. I was going to say like first base, start. I don't even know what I was going to say. Start here. Hope you guys like this. This is going to be a recurring series, as we said.
Yep.
Let us know what you think about Bulleit Rye.
Yeah.
Is it worth buying in your opinion, or is it something that you've moved on past?
If you've ever had it, have you outgrown it, or do you still kind of hold on to it? Is it your comfort rye like it is for me?
Yeah, I will say, admittedly, we don't reach for it as often as we probably should.
We don't.
But now revisiting it here, I think we actually have to start reaching for it more often.
So that's it for our main topic. Let's get into some other stuff today.
So other stuff this week, since we're talking about getting started in things, and I'm a watch guy, and some of our viewers are watch nerds as well. So I wanted to talk about the watches that got me into watches, because you don't have to spend a lot of money to be a watch guy, a watch gal, to be a watch nerd. And it's going to be G-Shock. So I remember my grandfather bought me my first G-Shock when I was in high school, and I have it on in my senior pictures.
Do you?
I do.
Nice.
And it was something he went and picked up at Walmart for like $50.
We need to find
the Illuminator.
We need to find one of your senior pictures, and if we can find it, we'll pop it up somewhere.
It was a DW 6900 series. This is the 5600 series, which is my favorite. And this is the military spec blacked out one with the negative display, the DW 5600 MS1.
You're saying words, and I don't know what they mean.
But these things are so awesome. I love G-Shocks, and there is not a non-snobby watch nerd on planet Earth that will turn their nose up at a G-Shock. There might be some snobby watch nerds out there that will turn their nose up at a G-Shock, but these are legit credentialed watches in the watch nerd space. And this one you could get for like $80 or under that nowadays. I remember when I bought it years and years and years ago, it was $100, which was a lot of money to spend on a watch at the time.
Yeah.
But these things last forever. They're pretty much indestructible. This one actually has like paint splatters all over it because I just painted our bedroom. Anytime I'm doing anything rough and tumble, I'm wearing this watch, and they're super comfortable. I really like the 5600 series, and they have a lot going on, and you can get into them for like $60 or less. So check it out down in the video description below. We'll put some links. They're not going to be affiliated or whatever like that. Just check out G-Shock if you have budding watch aspirations and you want to see what the watch nerd space is all about.
I think that's it for today. Josh can go on and on about watches if I don't cut him off.
Yeah,
so
we gotta stop it.
We gotta turn it off. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, welcome. Please do. Welcome to the family. Yeah. And also, if you want to if you want to know when we post our monthly live streams, you can hit the bell icon to be notified.
Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.